Jackfruit Festival 2018 will commence shortly. All the special invitees and other officers and all our friends are requested to kindly take the seats inside the hall.
Jackfruit is undoubtedly one of the most unfashionable fruit, which has hitherto been relegated to the bottom of the fruit basket. Today, however, we are witnessing a revival of a sleeping giant who has the wherewithal to make it to our breakfast and dinner tables and even to our medicine chest, with its varied forms and avatar. To celebrate this Jackfruit Festival, it is an honor for me to welcome amongst our midst Shri Conrad K. Sangma, the Honorable Chief Minister of Meghalaya, who has so kindly consented to be the chief guest for today's program. It is a pleasure for you to be with us, sir. Thank you, sir. I would like to welcome Shri Bante Dor Lingdor, the Minister Agriculture, who is also gracing this occasion as the guest of honor today. I would like to welcome the brain, the heart, and the driving force of this festival, Shri K.N. Kumar, who is our Additional Chief Secretary and Agriculture Production Commissioner. I would like to welcome amongst our midst all the directors of Agriculture and Director Horticulture, Director R&T, all the joint directors of Agriculture Department and Horticulture. It is also a pleasure for me to welcome amongst our midst the Director of ICR, Dr. Prasad, the Prakash, then as well as the Director of MIE, Basolia, and his team members. I would like to welcome all the officers of all the participating departments, as well as the entrepreneurs, the SHGs, and the resource persons who will be recourse in the workshop later today. I would also like to welcome all the public of the city of Shillong to witness this first ever Jackfruit Festival. Thank you and welcome all.
So baper batung batiang pin ong hakan jing het muka jing shang baka jing bang usap paai ki jing koi haka jing en joi wat hakala kamai chakot ya utu urang usopan umba het men sim ông đang đã sinh hạt lộc trong sopan nakabenta ki hebbai bati bla hebla san kalat yada jing bamba perin ka jing hado da sopan bado yada jing bamba jing ya bakodo he ho kulo ko jokan ma ban da sopan ban e kam bet ka phat baro ban ban e ki ti ki ja ban ha ka khap ba ka se do usopan ba he men sing. Sing along with me. 2, 3. Usopan ba he men sing. Tokyar kolom na jimbam se khamtam ya usopan usoba te usoba men usoba mayan ban kasam ban ekishing ban hajing dap shadan ban yo akatay kakak ban skam gayat gaya usopan ubahen men sing. Usopan ubahen men sing. Usopan le jing thao ko ro la ai so ba du le da le ru ha ga jing le man sa dei da ke kala I dei ban ga ya u ban non do ja na ong ya we ta ki ja so pa ni no ke da usopan ba he men sing. He ho ko lo ko jor kan ma ban dam da usopan ban he ka met ka pha baro ban la ka ba ta sha ubaya ya na ta ta jing bang bang bong baro ban e ki ti ki chao ban ha ta khwan ba ka se lo usopan ba he men sing. Usopan ba he men sing. Sing along with me, please. Usopan, come on. Usopan ba he men sing. What's it? 1, 2, 3. Usopan ba he men sing. One more time. Usopan ba he men sing. Usopan ba he men sing. Hey ho ko lo ko jorgan ma ban bam da usopan ban he ka met ka phat baro ban la ka ba ka sha ubaya ya dam na ki jing tam mam tong baro ban he ki ti ki jao ban ha ka khot ba ka si do usopan ba he men sing. 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 Okay, thank you.
A very good morning to all of you, gentlemen and ladies. Honorable Chief Minister, Shri Conrad Sangma, Honorable Minister for Agriculture, Shri Banchodor Nando, Secretary Agriculture, Mrs. Marilyn Nopui, Dr. Shyamala Reddy, Professor of Horticulture, University of Agricultural Sciences, Bangalore. She has specially flown in from Bangalore to be with us this morning. She is an acknowledged national expert on jackfruit. Dr. N. Prakash, Director, ICR, Umiya. Shri Sanjeev, DGM, NABARD. Ms. Natasha Marak, Assistant Professor, Central Agriculture University. Assembled farmers and entrepreneurs from all the districts of Meghalaya. the Department of Agriculture extends a very warm welcome to all of you at this first state level Jackfruit Festival of Meghalaya. As you would have noticed, we are organizing this festival with the theme, The Humble Jack with a Large Heart. Some of you must be pretty amused about this kind of a theme. But let me say that some thinking has actually gone into choosing this theme. We deliberately wanted to bring up the humility of this jackfruit to center stage, because it is the least demanding and therefore probably the most neglected fruit of our state. It is a poor man's fruit and the food of the rural people. So the urban consumer is yet to wake up to the myriad possibilities of the jackfruit, nutritionally, medicinally, cuisine choices. So the idea behind this festival, therefore, is to trigger the urban demand. One report suggests that there are at least 200 culinary items that can be prepared with the unripe as well as the ripe fruits and also the seeds. The Institute of Hotel Management has been specially requested by us to give us a taste of what is possible with jackfruit, and they have set up an exclusive stall outside with nearly about 100 items, which I'm sure you will be able to taste a little later. Their range of dishes should hopefully make a difference to the way this fruit is looked at by the urban world from now on. Jackfruit is the largest tree-borne fruit in the plant kingdom. A mature jackfruit tree can produce up to 200 fruits in a year, and a single fruit can weigh up to 60 kgs. Even if we average it to just 25 fruits per tree with an average size of 40 kgs, it will mean 1000 kgs, that is 1 metric ton per tree per year. At the farm gate, if the farmer gets even 5 rupees, at least 5 rupees per kg, it's an income of 5000 rupees per tree per year. Now let us assume that we have just about 1 million trees in our state. That is a 500 crore economy. Unfortunately, 75% of our ripe jackfruit in our state is wasted. That is a problem. It also means that there is a vast economic opportunity that is waiting to be explored. So the losses incurred by Meghalaya due to the wasted jackfruit work out to about 400 crores per year. Now, especially so from the Garo Hills and the border areas of the Khasi and J&K Hills. So we will need to do something very urgently in this regard. And so today's festival is the first step in that direction. The second step is the launching of the Jackfruit Mission, the draft of which will be released by the Honorable Chief Minister and the Minister of Agriculture today. Now let me first place before you 4 arguments as to why we must aggressively promote jackfruit in our state. Number 1, every part of the tree is useful. It is drought resistant and the tree never fails. Even when other crops fail, jackfruit never fails. The fruit is naturally organic because no fertilizers and pesticides are ever used. The unripe fruit is a vegetable, the ripe one is a fruit, and the seeds can be fried, roasted, and baked and eaten. So the leaves are a good source of food for the goats and other farm animals. And the leftover jackfruit is a valuable pig feed. The second reason that I have is a very important one, because jackfruit mimics meat. It has the texture of meat, and therefore increasingly being added to the vegan diet of the world. Now, it will be surprising for you to know that globally, there is a vegan revolution going on. And in the United States, there has been a 600% increase in the vegan population in the last 3 years. In the United Kingdom, the vegan population increased by 350% in the last decade. The Chinese, we generally think that they are rabid non-vegetarians, but that's not true. The Chinese vegan market is growing by 17% annually since 2015. So this is all an opportunity for us. We can capture the vegan market. It is beckoning, and the time has come for us to step in and to step up. Now, the third reason that I have is that the timber is used for making furniture, which is termite proof, and on certain occasions it is even superior to teak. Sri Lanka exports the jackfruit wood to Europe. The wood is also used for making musical instruments, which is a great opportunity for our state. Fourthly, and the most important, is the problem of climate change. Now, we know that climate change, there are so many cereal crops that we consume on a daily basis, like rice, wheat, and maize. They are all highly sensitive to climate change, but jackfruit is not. Actually, jackfruit is a tree for generations. In 2017, India produced 1.4 million tons of jackfruit. But unfortunately, we do not have very reliable figures relating to jackfruit in our state. In the list of top 13 jackfruit producing states of India, as published by the National Horticulture Board, Meghalaya does not figure. It is surprising. I am really surprised at this, because my own intuition tells me that we have as many as 1 million trees in jackfruit, million jackfruit trees in our state, but somehow they have not come into the official statistics at all. Even if the data are not accurate, I can make some kind of a tea shop statistic here. The most proximate and comparable state for us is Tripura. And Tripura has indicated a value of 418 crores of jackfruit every year. Tripura is half the size of Meghalaya. So I think our production should be at least in that range, if not more. And the bad news is that this opportunity is going begging year after year, mostly because of our neglect. Now compare this situation with the neighboring countries. You must be aware that jackfruit is native to India, but it is Sri Lanka and Bangladesh. They both have declared jackfruit as their national fruit. And deep south, Kerala and Tamil Nadu have declared jackfruit as their state fruit. And within our country, within our own region, I know that they grow, jackfruit grows almost like a wild tree, but none of the northeastern states have given a serious attention to it, barring Tripura to an extent. So one key opportunity we have in the state is that we don't have to grow this tree anymore. We don't have to, because it's already there. All that we will have to do is to aggregate, process and market the value-added products. The products are diverse, very diverse. I can mention some: the seed flour, chips, noodles, candies, papads, ice creams. The list is unending. We can do all that. In Vietnam, a company called Vinamit has 10,000 hectares of jackfruit, and it makes vacuum fried jackfruit chips, and it's a global leader. And they want to import jackfruit from India because they are unable to meet the global demand of chips. Now, it's very sad to note that Sri Lanka, such a small country, has 14 organizations to provide jackfruit value addition. India, such a large country, doesn't have even one. Now, the Honorable Governor of Meghalaya has written to the Union Minister of Agriculture recently to consider the possibility of establishing a national research center on jackfruit at Tura to promote research and technology induction in jackfruit, especially for value addition, which will be useful for the whole region. It is in this background that we feel the necessity to launch an exclusive mission to promote jackfruit processing and enterprise development in our state. This has been conceptualized with that intention. Now the region is caught up, our state is caught up in the vicious cycle of high unemployment and poverty. Even if we convert just about 10% of the product that is being wasted at this time, we will be in a position to bring in sustainable livelihoods to at least about 20,000 people without imposing any additional burden on our existing resource. Now, the jackfruit mission will seek an investment of about 80 crores over a period of 5 years. Out of these 80 crores, we will mobilize 50 crores from the Government of India, sir, and the balance 30 crores we will seek from the state plan over a period of 5 years, so that will work out to about 6 crores. And this we can make arrangements within our own state plan so that we will not create any additional burden to the state governments. That is how we are conceptualizing at the moment. So this mission, when launched, will impact 82,000 farmers, and it will create 50 small and medium enterprises and spawn about 200 home-scale nano enterprises. So today, the Honorable Chief Minister and Agriculture Minister will release a draft mission document, which will then become a public document, and for the next 1 month, we will receive suggestions from the stakeholders for further refinement. After incorporating the suggestions, we will obtain the formal approvals from the state government, and we plan to launch it on the eve of Indian Independence Day, that is on the 14th of August of this year. So I am grateful to the Honorable Chief Minister for sparing his time to be with us, and Honorable Minister of Agriculture, because it's very rare to get both of them at the same time in the same place. So we got you, sir. I'm very happy that you are with us. I'm also grateful to the Meghalaya Institute of Entrepreneurship for preparing the draft mission document, and the Directorate of Horticulture for organizing today's festival. As Einstein had said, nothing is more powerful than an idea whose time has come. Jackfruit is the idea, and I believe its time has come. Thank you.
First of all, respected Honorable Chief Minister, Shri Conrad Sangma, as our chief guest, and also would like to welcome all the officials, and especially the farmers, without whom the Jackfruit Festival would have not taken place. And as an agriculture minister, I take this opportunity to share some of my view. Point on this jackfruit, which is also known as a jackfruit, or sometimes simply jack in English. And Khasi we call sohan, and we just now one of our singer, the singer of our state, sang about the jackfruit, the Khasi song sohan. So all of us also, I think we sing along with him, sohan sohan. This is a festival today, and in Garo we call Tebrong. I think some of Garo friends also are coming a long way from Garo Hills. I'm not mistaken, they call Tebrong. Is it right? So jackfruit is the largest fruit, and it has got health benefits. It has a huge potential
for value addition, for livelihood opportunities, for income generation for the farmers, as well as agri-entrepreneur, like making jackfruit juice, jam chips, and pickles, etc. Just now, I think from the department, some official they have given us to taste some jackfruit chips. Chief Minister, he whispered me, he said it's very tasty. I said we'll have later on along with them. So, I would like to, at least to share with you about this new initiative by the government. We, the MDA government, has taken strong initiative. And one of the core focus agenda is to upliftment of the farmers and the agricultural sector as a whole. Recently, I visited some part of the state, East Kasil, Ribahi district, and Garwal district. And I interact with some official, and I came to know that difficulties faced by the department and the farmers. Therefore, I personally have gone to meet the Honorable Union Minister of Agriculture to brief and request him to send our help to allocate some more fund to agri sector as a whole, can receive more funds so that we are able to make better infrastructure, resources and development research and studies. Therefore, I like to request also our department official also to take more keen interest and to innovative with great better ideas which will benefit the farmers and uplift the economies and the states as whole. At the same time, making the future bright for our young generation. So, friends, by organizing such a festival, the basic objective is to achieve is awareness amongst the people, farmers, company, and that we may have the potential to gather and supply to the market for commercial purpose. Therefore, I wish to express my deep appreciation to Department of Agriculture and Horticulture, and also I would like to thank the Additional Chief Secretary and his team of officials has made this Jackfruit Festival today successfully, and mainly to the farmers, entrepreneur, department, institution, individual and group, and exhibitors who have taken this keen interest to participating in this festival and make it grand success. And I'm looking forward also for the next years. So, at the same time, once again, especially I thank the Chief Minister have spared a valuable time. I think after me, Chief Minister will give a speech that what we have done. I think Chief Minister more he'll let you know about what we are planning for the future, especially to help the farmers of our state. So many missions will be launched, but not mission impossible, mission possible. That we want. Only mission in black and white, we don't want. From the beginning, we took over of the state to run the government under leadership and guidance of young and dynamic leader, Shri Conrad Sangma. We want to ensure that the state and the farmers will grow from time to time, from month to month, from year to year. That's why I'm standing here to thank once again Shri Ken Kumar. He's the best person to lead this department and other department. So I'd like to thank all of you. I cannot mention one by one. Some are from the various different departments also are here, director. I'd like to thank all of them, at least to make this day happen. And from the department, we'll keep on working for the welfare and benefit of our people. Thank you. Metala Kublai Shibol.
Singba
Thank you so much. Congrats.
Honorable Agriculture and Horticulture Minister and guest of honor of today's program, and my colleague, Shri Bante Dor Lindo, our Additional Chief Secretary and APC, Mr. K.N. Kumar, our Director, Horticulture and Agriculture, and our Secretary, Agriculture, all the officials of the government of Meghalaya, Dr. Shamla, who has come all the way from Bangalore, our Director of ICAR, Mr. Prakash, all the officials and people related to the subject who are today participating out here in this program, and all our dear friends and the farmers who have come from different parts of our state of Meghalaya to participate in this inaugural program for this Jackfruit mission that the Department of Horticulture has started. First of all, I would like to apologize. I was slightly late for this program, and the reason why I was late is I had another program at 9:30 in Umpli, which was a program for medical conference of the BSF. So the program went on a bit late. So by the time I left from there, it was already 10:45. So I know all of you came on time, and I apologize for the delay. But I thank all of you for being patient and coming to this program and being part of this very, very important program for our government and for our state and for our people. First of all, I'd like to congratulate and thank our officials, especially Mr. K.N. Kumar, who has been really working very hard and is really, as was mentioned earlier, the brain and the person behind this particular concept of bringing in this Jackfruit mission. And not only him, but his entire team has been working tirelessly to put this particular mission in front and put it in action mode so that things start rolling. So I'd like to take this opportunity to thank him and all the officials for having invited us to this program and for ensuring that this whole program started off well, and I'm sure that we will see results once the program is launched and once we start working at the grassroots level. Earlier, Mr. Bantilor was mentioning about the chips that came in, and he was telling all of you of how I said that the chips were very tasty, but he forgot to mention that he ate more chips than me. So I was just speaking, but he was in action. So we can make out from the amount he ate on how much he liked the chips. But it's a fact for everyone. In fact, the chips are really good. And it is sad to see that a product, a fruit like this, really is not finding the correct value that it deserves. And I think that is the entire thinking behind what the government is doing and what Mr. K.N. Kumar and his team has been working on. Now there are many areas and many departments and many sectors in our state where we have strongly felt that these are literally low-hanging fruits. These are things that are already ready-made. And we just need to create the right policy, we need to create the right system and just simply tweak it a bit, and you will see the results and the entire dynamics change. And that is really what we are looking at. As a government, it's important for us to look at certain things and results and areas where we can affect short term. There are certain areas where we need to plan a bit and it takes about a medium term. And certain areas it takes us a long term. So we need to plant the seeds today so that we'll get the results and the fruits, maybe after 4, 5 years, 10 years. But in this particular case, the reason why Jackfruit was selected as one of the missions that we want to launch immediately these are areas where we already have our strengths in. Lakadong, the turmeric that we grow from Jente Hills. A mission was launched for that. Why? Again, a low-hanging fruit. The curcumin value in the turmeric that we grow is almost 12%, double of what it is in other turmerics. There are people in UK and other parts of the world who take the turmeric from our country, or from our state, from our region, and take it all the way abroad, simply because of the values, the anti-cancer, values that it has. So these are the kind of areas that the department, especially our Honorable Minister and the Additional Chief Secretary, we all have been focusing on. We want to convert these low-hanging fruits and tweak it a bit and get the results at the earliest. So these are short-term things that we're looking at. Apiculture is one area which is very strong. We have a very, very pure form of honey, most probably the purest in the entire world, and being exported to Japan and Germany and parts of the world. Again, a very low-hanging fruit. And we just require the entrepreneurship to come in. We require the policies to be in place. We require a bit of push from the government and a bit of effort from all of us, and we will see a vast impact of these kind of missions that are coming in. We were just discussing with Mr. K. Kumar. Broomsticks, more than 2 lakh people are affected by broomsticks, who are living, their livelihood depends on broomsticks. And yet, as a government, there has not been any specific policy to help. So I was discussing with K. Kumar and with our Agriculture Minister, that can we think of something to do where we can increase the amount of input, the output in terms of the production, as well as the value can go up in this area of broomstick. I don't know if some people know or not, but Meghalaya is the largest producer and the largest exporter in terms of the state to other parts of the country. Meghalaya supplies one of the highest percentage of broomsticks in the whole country. And I came to know this because of the GST issue that we were facing earlier. So as Member of Parliament, I think you are aware that there was GST that was put on broomsticks. And after taking it up in Parliament and taking it up with the Finance Ministry, I managed to bring it down to 0% from 5%. So then during that time I realized how important broomsticks are. So these are areas where the government needs to focus on, and this is where we are going to focus on. Because as I said, these are low-hanging fruits. These are areas which will require very less effort, but the impact will be huge. So I'm very thankful again to all the department, the officials and the minister especially for taking the initiative. I'll tell you, this is happening because we have a very, very energetic team. And this is not just because of what one leader or one politician thinks or the chief minister thinks. It doesn't happen with that. Maybe it might just start, or it might be the support we give. But ultimately the energy and the effort that is put in has been 100% from the department. I must congratulate especially Mr. K. Kumar and his entire team and the director, horticulture and all the other officials who have really, really planned this out well. And I was going through the mission document. Before inaugurating it, I got a chance to see it also. So I was reading the mission document. I could see that the plan is very well laid out. And this really, I'm sure that the impact of this will be at the grassroots level. There are 200 nano units that are going to come up. I think almost at a cost, if I can remember correctly, I think it was involving about 12 to 13 crores for these nano units that will be coming up. But this is the way it needs to be planned. So it's not just that we are having this show today and it's going to end with this today. It's not. It's beginning with this. And there's a plan and there is a defined outcome that has already been set. So it's really a very well-planned mission, and you will see this during the next 5 years how it will roll out. So once again, I congratulate the team for doing this. At the same time, as Mr. Bantidor has mentioned to all of you, that our government is really keen on ensuring that the farmers are benefited. We're really keen to see that entrepreneurship develops, and that is the reason why we as a government, we have in fact just recently, about a month and a half back, we have passed a cabinet memo and we have passed in the cabinet creation of a new directorate for food processing or fruit processing, whatever you would like to call it. But the fruit processing industry, or the department, that we have set up, is a very critical one. Earlier, what used to happen is if anybody wanted to start a food processing unit, they would be told, well, go to the industries department. When they go to the industries department would tell them, well, we are industries, you go to the agriculture or horticulture department. So the entrepreneur who wanted to start up some kind of a business to do with food processing really didn't have anybody to fall back on, or couldn't go to a department because there was no clear-cut department that would guide them. So therefore we felt the need to come up with a specific department that would really look into value addition of our agriculture products. That is the food processing department. And I'm happy to tell you that the food processing department is going to really do well. It is really already, in fact, the action is going on. A lot of areas are there. And we're going to combine this effort with the Institute of Entrepreneurship, which is there already. And we have already put, budgeted a certain amount to combine and synergize between the movement for entrepreneurship and this movement by the farmers and this movement of food processing. It is only when the entrepreneurship aspect comes into this whole idea of food processing and value addition, it is only then will it succeed. So government can make the policies, government can give the facilities, government can guide you and give the training. But if this has to succeed, it has to be the farmers and the entrepreneurships who have to participate. Without your participation, this program will not succeed. So therefore, I'm so happy that there are so many farmers and entrepreneurs who have come from different parts of the state. I urge you to take advantage of this. As was being mentioned by Mr. K. Kumar, that, I think all of you know what he mentioned, that there is a growth of people, vegans as they call it, and vegans are pure vegetarians. The purest form of vegetarian you can get is a vegan, that's what they call a vegan. So there's a growth of 300%, 600% in terms of the vegan demand. So this product, just one of the aspects of this product, as he said, the fiber is very similar to fruit, to meat. And so that aspect itself, you can imagine the kind of demand that's going to grow. Another aspect which you mentioned, which was so important, is the fact that this tree is so resilient that even climate change will not affect it. And I'll tell you, climate change is affecting a lot of areas. A lot of areas, if you go today in the state, you will see areca nut. Areca nut plantations are being affected. You will find oranges. If you go towards Nokrek area, I walked to Nokrek the other day, and you will see that the difference in the tree shades, the leaves in the tree, in the trees. Earlier, the local people used to tell me that, sir, these used to be green earlier, and suddenly now these orange trees are brown in color. Only when you go way up, all the way to Nokrek, you'll again see the green orange trees. I mean, these are realities of life. We're going to face these challenges. And so therefore, it's not going to be just us, it's going to be the entire nation, the whole world is going to face this. So I think this is a very important aspect. It's a tree and a plant, a fruit that is resilient to climate change, and I think that is a huge advantage. And I think in the future, in terms of our nutrition value, 70% carbohydrates are there. About 2-3% of proteins are there, and I was reading it's 1% fat only in it. And I think other things are in it. So it's a very healthy product also. So I think anyway, all these things were already mentioned by Mr. K. Kumar, but I just want to reiterate it because I see the importance of this, and I'm convinced more after listening to today to Mr. K. Kumar and seeing this whole program. And I'm really very, very hopeful that this program will really be a success. As he mentioned, 400 crores is the average estimate amount of loss that we incur every year. And he was mentioning that the estimates are that there will be about 1 million trees. I can tell you, you're right. There's more than 1 million trees. I have not traveled much into detail into a lot of parts of Kasi Hills and Jyoti Hills. Of course, I have traveled to the main areas. But Garo Hills, I have traveled very extensively as a member of parliament campaigning. And I'll tell you, you go to Garo Hills and every house has a jackfruit tree. Every house, it's mandatory. Every village you go to, mangoes and jackfruit are mandatory. You know that there's a village here by seeing that, a jackfruit tree and a mango tree, or there's a village out here. Or you see an old mango tree or an old jackfruit tree and you say, there used to be a village out here. That is how we define a village, by growing mango trees and jackfruit trees. So if you were to count each household having 2 jackfruit trees, I think the number would be much bigger. So if you were to just simply work on the dynamics of that and have the nano units coming up in this kind of format. I know it's not easy, but you'll have to do it in a phase-wise manner. But I tell you one good thing, and this is true for most of our tribal friends who are in the rural areas. One good thing about our community, be it Khasis, Garos, Jaintiyas, is that when we see something working, you see, we like to follow it. We have that habit. You see, you go to any village and you see that if somebody buys a auto and it works, then others will say, I also buy an auto. You see? If somebody goes and sees that a Tata pickup is working, then the person also will buy a Tata, Mahindra pickup. That's how people's mentalities are. So they wait to see success and they like to follow if something good and something profitable they see. I'm sure that if these nano projects that you're taking up and the other units that you come up with, once the people see the pilot projects take off, I'm telling you, people will hook on to this themselves. Because every house, as I said, has got, at least in Garo Hills, and I was looking at production in East Khasi Hills, the production in East Khasi Hills is almost about 5,000 metric tons, the highest in any district. So West Garo Hills, North Garo Hills is number 2 at 3,500 metric tons. And West Garo Hills is number 3 at 3,000 metric tons. So even East Garo Hills is East Khasi Hills also has a huge production of jackfruit. So therefore, I think I don't want to say much. I'm meant to only inaugurate and give an inaugural speech, but this is a subject that's very, I'm passionate about. It's an area which I really want to push. I really want to see our farmers benefit. I really want to see entrepreneurship come up. As my colleague Mr. Bantedor was mentioning, we are, as an MDA government, we are working very aggressively to ensure that the right policies are put in place, the right sectors are tapped, which affect the people directly, so that jobs can be created, entrepreneurship can be there, and our state overall can grow. Because government has its role to play, and at the same time we are facilitators, we are policy makers, we are infrastructure creators. And ultimately it is you, the people, the farmers, the entrepreneurs will have to take the economy forward. The economy will only move forward if the people participate, if entrepreneurship comes in. And that is why this project is so important to us. That is why the Entrepreneurship Institute also director is here today, because this has to be a concerted effort of the entire government together, and only then can we see success. So with these few words, I once again thank Mr. K. Kumar for the wonderful program. I thank my colleague Mr. Bantedor, who has been very supportive of this program and a very dynamic leader who really wants to see changes taking place. Mr. Bantedor has, in the last 4 months, he has already visited, I think, almost all the districts. I think he's only one of the few ministers who has gone personally to every district, not just visiting the day, but he spends the night also there, because he feels he needs to connect with the people. And I think that's a very positive way of looking at things. That's only when you come to really realize what the difficulties people face, when you spend time with them. And I'm thankful to him and to all the officials of the department for creating this program, and I wish this program a great success. I wish each one of you a great success. May God bless each and every one of you. Thank you very much. Kublai Shibun Thelam.
Department of Agriculture. It is my privilege to offer the vote of thanks. First of all, I thank our chief guest, the Honorable Chief Minister of Meghalaya, Shri Conrad K. Sangma, who has spared his valuable time to be with us today to address the gathering, to inaugurate the Jackfruit Festival, and to release the draft Jackfruit Mission document. The department is grateful to you, sir, for your kind support and commitment for the welfare of our farmers. Thank you, sir. I thank the Honorable Minister of Agriculture, Sri Bantedor Lingdo, guest of honor, for sparing his time to be with us today to grace the occasion, and for his leadership to help the department to serve the farming community with dedication and commitment. We are grateful to Shri K. Kumar IS, Additional Chief Secretary and Agriculture Production Commissioner, to Shri P. Sampat Kumar IS, Commissioner and Secretary, and to Srimati M.N. Nampoi IS, Secretary Agriculture Department, for their guidance and support. I also thank the esteemed resource person, Dr. Shyama Lama, Professor, Department of Biotechnology, US Bangalore, and Mrs. Natasha Marat, Assistant Professor, College of Home Science, Tura, for accepting our invitation to share information and know-how on the various value addition opportunities and the benefits of jackfruit. We would request your kind and continued involvement in the program for the benefit and interest of farmers of the state. I also thank the various state government departments, MIE, Institute of Hotel Management, entrepreneurs and individuals who have come from different parts of the state along with the products to participate in this festival. I also thank all the senior officials of the state government, the director ICR for accepting our invitation to attend this inaugural function of this Jackfruit festival. Your kind presence is warmly acknowledged. My sincere gratitude and thanks go to the farmers who have made efforts and spared their valuable time, putting aside their works to come all the way from different parts of the state to attend and participate in this function. Thank you for coming, and I do hope today's celebration will benefit you all. And well, not to forget the local artists from Garo Hills and Khasi Hills who have worked hard to compose and deliver the song, the theme song on this occasion. Also, there are a number of people who have worked and support to make this program possible. I acknowledge and thank the efforts made by the officers and staffs of the directorates and district offices of Agriculture and Horticulture, MGSFAC, Agriculture Marketing Board, KVK, Hatama. In this regard, it is impossible for me to thank each one of you, but please accept my sincere gratitude for all the hard work you have put for holding this festival. Lastly, I want to thank the members of the media, both print and electronic, for their coverage of the event, and all those who are behind the scene, who have made all the necessary arrangements to make this program a success. Thank you once again.